We're fired up and ready to go here on the ACC Network Extra. Unbeaten, NC State ranked 8th in the country, taking on the upstart Clemson Tigers, who are 5-1 in ACC play here in Raleigh. Good evening, everybody. I'm Chris Hooks. Thanks for joining us. My broadcast partner is Ernie Myers. Ernie, let's just cut to the chase. We got a big one here tonight in Reynolds.
Hey, every game in the ACC is a big game these days. We got the number 8 team in the country, 18-0, against the up-and-coming Clemson Tigers, who just won 5 games in a row in the ACC.
That's the first time they've done that since 2000, and it's because of those two, Kobe Thornton and Leah Collier.
Kobe Thornton, she's getting it done on the inside, and Collier is getting it done on the outside in the last 3 games. They're going to be tough to guard tonight.
The first time since 2000, as I mentioned, NC State found a way to win a tough game on Sunday against Virginia Tech, and it's the same two, Kiera Leslie, Ace Koenig.
Yeah, Kiera Leslie, one of the best players in the country. Ace Koenig, one of the best shooters in the country. Kept NC State in the game and an overtime win, and that's what you got to do to be a good team. You got to get those good ones, those tough ones in there.
Well, the table is set. It's now time for the main course. As NC State and Clemson getting set to battle. The Pack pretty much owning the series as of late. 26-7 against Clemson over here in Raleigh. Clemson, though, a team, Ernie, 1-15 in the ACC last year, so they have certainly turned some heads.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. They were picked to be last in the conference. They got a good coach in Amanda Butler. She has a new style of play. You know, it's go until you can't stop. You know, kind of hectic, helter-skelter type of pressing defense and offense. So she's doing a great job.
Well, we got a fun one in store for you tonight. Certainly glad you could join us on the ACC Network Extra. Strap in, buckle up, whatever you do to get ready. Here we go as Ace can cross the time stripe. And again, the Pack in white. Pressure, and the first series of the game sees a turnover stolen away. Danielle Edwards has 200-plus steals here at Clemson. Add that to her total. Here's Westbrook. Westbrook, hesitation.
And that's what they do. They steal the ball. They play tough, aggressive style of defense.
And the kick out. Now Westbrook, Simone Westbrook, a graduate, played for Butler when she was last at Florida, and she'll kiss it off the glass for the first bucket. 2-0 Clemson. Koenig being pressured the entire length of the floor. Now she'll get some separation. Again, Pack lineup, Koenig, Crutchfield, Leslie, Rogers, and Cassell.
Clemson in an aggressive man-to-man.
Rogers driving the lane. She gets the runner.
Great scoop move to the basket by Dee Rogers.
A style like this will certainly favor her in this situation, as athletic as she is.
Yeah, she can take you off the dribble and take you to the basket.
Here's Bennett to Westbrook. Westbrook spinning. She'll get it to the baseline to Bennett. Her jumper. Long on that one. Here comes Crutchfield. Crutchfield's going to be pressured as Destiny Thomas comes up on her. So it's Edwards, Westbrook, Thomas, Thornton, and Bennett for the team in orange. That being Clemson, who is 14-5 on the year, 5-1 in the ACC, as we said in the open, 5 wins in a row in conference play. Here's Cassell, foot on the line, will be a 2. Count it!
If they leave her wide open, she can knock that down. She's been playing great as of late.
Well, we talked about in the pregame, you and I, just in conversation, how well she played down the stretch against Virginia Tech.
Oh, absolutely. She's been playing great since Grace Hunter went down. Every NC State player has stepped their game up.
There's Koenig off the miss. NC State now with possession, leading by 2. They trap her. Ball's tipped. Here comes Clemson. Westbrook down the other way, uncontested, left-handed layup. And they cause havoc. And you said it before, this is the 4th-ranked team in the country as far as steals, and you're seeing it here early.
Absolutely. They get after you, and the way this game is going to go is how Kai Crutchfield and Ace Koenig handle the pressure.
Here's Rogers driving baseline, kicks it in the corner. Leslie, her first shot of the night. Wrong on that one. Cassell battling for it, and it'll be Clemson basketball. And here's the steal.
And that's what they
doubled
like to
her
do.
on the wing.
And they take it out, and here she goes with the wide open layup.
Amanda Butler previously coached at Florida, very successful there. Took a year off took this job, and she has turned the tide in Tigerland as Leslie says, I don't think so.
That's what Leslie does. She blocks shots. She's a great defensive player as well as an excellent offensive player.
Yeah, Leslie with 17 blocks prior to tonight. Missed shot. NC State getting another opportunity. Crutchfield, she'll be trapped. Cassell will be open to the basket. Shot off the glass, no good. As the Pack stays with it, and Dee Rogers gets another bucket.
Now that shot is going to be there all day for Cassell because when they trap, she's right there. She has to take that ball to the basket.
6-4, Pack in the lead.
But great move by Dee Hunter.
And they're going to call a travel on Thornton. You could have certainly called a charge. That'll be a turnover.
And those are the intangibles that D.G. Rogers brings to the game. She's a hustle player. Here she is with the loose ball, and she had the offensive foul, caused the offensive foul on the other end of the basket.
Get it into Cassell. Cassell in the free throw line. Elbow, drives in, untouched.
That's going to be there all day long for her in this game, the way Clemson traps.
I guess they're would rather those two get hot than let Leslie and Koenig have a easy night from the outside. Here's Westbrook trying a reverse. The State solid defense shutting that down as the Pack have answered the bell here early. Here's Leslie, lane, hoop, cannot get it to fall. There was some contact, no foul there. Here comes Westbrook. Westbrook. This is not a 100% fact.
Yeah, crowd thought she traveled on that one. I thought she shuffled her feet as well.
They thought she traveled. She's 24 years old, and she'll be called for travel there.
She's definitely a veteran ball player. She knows how to play. She knows how to get in the lane. She doesn't shoot the three too much. She likes going to the hole, and she does that with reckless abandon.
NC State will maintain possession. Again, she is believed to be the first NCAA Division I women's basketball player to be awarded a 7th year of eligibility. And as you mentioned, we were talking earlier, she was on the 2015-16 team
at Florida with Coach Butler. Yes. She's definitely a seasoned vet.
Here's Koenig. Leslie, shot blocked. What a play. Collier goes the other way, misses the layup.
See, Leslie did not give up on that play right there. She got her shot blocked, and she got back on defense.
Crutchfield cannot get the roll, but Rogers battling for the rebound. And the Pack have it again. Here's Koenig. You feel like this pace favors Clemson?
Yes, it does. It's a frantic pace, an exciting pace to the game.
Dee Hello.
Dee Rogers is on fire early in this game.
They're going to call it a two-pointer. Vantage point.
She's all over the place.
Was blocked, and so it looked like it was a three, but again, she was on the line, according to the official. 10-4 the tally. New players in for Clemson. Kenise Purvis. And a travel called on the Tigers, and that'll send us to the media timeout. And the Tigers getting a little bit of a Wolfpack awakening here tonight.
Dee Rogers, she said, you want to guard me? I'm going to knock it down.
NC State out quick in this one. Chris Hooks and Ernie Myers. Ernie, talk about the contrasting styles of defense. Again, both teams play solid defense, but they're on total opposites of the spectrum as far as how they play.
Yeah, Clemson wants to turn you over and get the steals on defense that way and pressure you up the court. And NC State likes to contain you on the half-court defense. That's the difference in styles right there.
And what is it you told me before? State doesn't gamble. Clemson gambles. They're riverboat Ron, so to speak.
They want their defense to create offense, Clemson, and State wants to get the rebound, keep you in front of it, and stop you from scoring, and get the rebound, and get off in the break.
You like what you see thus far from State, and what do you think Clemson needs to kind of correct some things?
So, well, Clemson needs to just make some shots right now. they're getting the ball up the court, but they're not getting good shots.
NC State breaks the press. Hosendove, again Taylor Hosendove, a freshman from Atlanta, into the ball game, had 18 in their win against.
Now Clemson's is in a 2-3 zone right now, a very active 2-3 zone.
Hosendove showed she could score, 18 against App. Here's Leslie kicking it out to Cassell with 7 on the shot clock.
They need to find Ace Conan on it. Here's another steal.
Here's
Westbrook on the drive.
Here's Westbrook missing the layup. Collier will get the putback. But again, that situation could have been averted if Cassell was a little smarter with the basketball.
Yes. When they're playing that 2-3 zone, they need to find Ace Conan for the jump shot. There she is right here. They got to whip the ball around the court. They can't hold the basketball in this active 2-3 zone.
Now Westbrook gets another deflection. Coach Moore not happy with that. Here's Purvis. Lane, hoop, left side layup, good. And another steal. That's 4 turnovers by NC State. Quickly a 2-point ball game. We're 7 minutes into this one.
I was at NC State's practice yesterday, and they were practicing against this pressure, but it's not the same when you're the opposing team.
There's another lazy pass in, knocked away, deflection. Here comes Purvis. Purvis stripped on the way in, and we'll see if they call a travel or if it's just out of bounds. And it's going to stay Clemson ball as Edwards returns, as does Destiny Thomas, the sophomore from Pelham, Georgia. And it actually is going to be NC State possession. And now Coach Moore is arguing. So they will give possession now to Clemson. Red and white faithful not happy about that. Here's the inbounds. Hosendove. Now to Collier. Collier injured, missed 9 games, as Ernie mentioned. Last 4 games, she's really started to turn it on as Destiny Thomas, averaging just 2 points a game, gets a bucket.
Good move by Destiny Thomas.
And they beat the press. There's Leslie. Now to Koenig. Quick pass down low. Koenig got the layup. What a pass.
And that's where State's going to have the advantage on the inside with Elisa Koenig.
What an assist by Koenig as the Pack grabs the lead back. Missed shot. Fans wanted to travel. Here come the Pack.
Yeah, the fans are going crazy. They thought she traveled on that, and she did.
Crutchfield does a nice job getting that pass down low. Rogers pump faking, blocked twice. No foul called. And Clemson steps out of bounds, and it'll be a turnover for NC State as far as them getting the ball back.
And that's what Bennett does. You can't just put the ball up nonchalantly. She'll block that, but that's a great move in there. Good inside pass to Lisa Koenig.
So Koenig gets her first bucket. Koenig, the freshman from Summerfield, North Carolina, 12 points per contest. She could play an important role here tonight. She's going to get some open looks, as you saw Cassell get some open looks here.
If you watch the Clemson players, even in this zone, they're on their feet. They're very active.
Here's Rogers driving, fouled. And we'll see who that's on. They're going to call that on Hosendove. That'll be her first. And that is the first foul of the night.
Dee Rogers has brought her A game today. She's in attack mode.
Rogers, a 64% free throw shooter. Missing the first. It's just her 30th attempt from the foul line this year. I have a feeling she's going to get some action at the line here tonight. Sneaking suspicion there, Ernie.
Yeah.
Already 7 points for her.
Clemson fouls a lot because they're very active in their defense. They play again with reckless abandon on defense and in offense.
Rogers had a career high in 2015 of 11. She's already almost there here in this first quarter with 7. Turnover by Clemson. NC State trying to add to their 3-point lead. Leslie hasn't gotten the ball a ton here in this first quarter. Here's Koenig. And Koenig airmails that one.
I know
Leslie's
Coach,
athletic, but not that athletic as it goes out of bounds.
I know Coach Moore. Unforced turnover. That was an unforced turnover. He's losing his mind over there. It's bad enough they're turning the ball over under the pressure, but to have an unforced turnover.
And Clemson's played literally their entire team here in this first quarter. China Cotton, the new player in, a 5'10 junior from Mableton, Georgia. Hosendove, jumper short, and a rebound by Rogers. Rogers lost her balance. They would have keep her poised there. Here's Cunane, shot up, cannot get it to go. As China Cotton will get her first foul. And Cunane, who's an excellent free throw shooter, will go to the charity stripe.
And how do you beat a press? You pass the ball up the court. There's Elisa.
Cunane, a 71% foul shooter here in her freshman year. Very nice touch. She's got 3 points. 16 of 22 on the year. Pack with a lead here early. Yes, the Clemson defense has bothered them, but NC State's defense has done the same. Cunane hits both. Pack with their biggest lead of the night.
Clemson pushes the ball up the court every chance they get.
Well, let me correct myself. It's not their biggest lead. 6 was. Shot clock is off as Clemson will reset as we're already through the first quarter. Edwards. And they're going to have a foul called on Kiera Leslie as Edwards not really paying attention. Looking at the coach, Leslie tried to steal it. And
yeah, she was the barker. She was listening to the coach trying to set up a play, and Leslie thought, hey, you got your back turned to me, I'm going to try to take that from you.
That's almost one of those that you let it go. It's the last shot of the quarter. Edwards gets to the elbow, runner up off the glass. Danielle Edwards
very quick off the dribble. Beautiful move by Edwards.
Averaging close to 14, and that'll do it for the first quarter. As NC State passes the test in the first quarter, but Clemson showing their grit here early on. You're watching the ACC Network Extra. Saturday, NC State will battle the men's team at Clemson. That's a 2 o'clock tip-off from PNC Arena as Kevin Keats and his squad look to continue their great season thus far. They'll be taking on the Louisville Cardinals tonight. Hopefully NC State will be looking for its 3rd straight win. Pack fans watching this one here tonight. All right, Ernie, your first thoughts here in this to the first quarter.
Well, I think State is playing their game, and Clemson is playing their game. They're stealing the ball. State's shooting the ball a little better than Clemson is, but it's a 3-point game.
Back in action here. Both team starters.
3-point basket. Simone Westbrook.
Kind of taking a break here as Clemson ties it up at 15 as Simone Westbrook hit the 3. She's got 7 here tonight.
She's not known as a 3-point shooter, but she knocked that down with confidence.
Here's Cunane, and they're going to call an offensive foul on her. That'll be her first foul.
Here's Elisa Cunane to the basket.
Yeah, Westbrook, we talk about her not being a 3-point shooter. She was 13 of 44 prior to that trifecta. Here's Edwards, quick off the dribble. Westbrook pump fakes, travels. Another turnover. That's 7 on the night already for the Tigers.
And that's their game. They want to turn you over. They want their defense to create offense.
Koenig will inbound. Again, very tight defense. Crutchfield lobs it up the floor to Leslie. Leslie to the lane. Cannot get it to fall. Here's Thornton pushing it down the right side.
There's a lid on that basket for Leslie in this first half so far.
There's Cotton now to Westbrook. Westbrook gets to the elbow. Edwards, 17 on the shot clock. Down to the post they go to Thornton. Thornton straight up. Cannot get that one to fall. Kayla Jones, the sophomore from Jamesville, North Carolina. Got the rebound. As we're knotted up at 15. Cunane into the post. Cunane blocked. And it'll be out of bounds. It'll be Clemson ball. The Clemson
Cunane went up strong with that.
The Clemson defense is relentless early.
Great block. She went up strong with it, but the Clemson ball players were aggressive. That was like a gang block.
Here's Collier back in for Amanda Butler's squad. Leslie still trying to find her place. 0 for 5 to start the ball game. Leslie, Koenig, 3, no good. And the rebound to Tyler Bennett. Up the floor, here comes Westbrook. Westbrook into the lane, kicks it out to Edwards. Edwards lifts the 3, bottoms.
Clemson is getting their shots. They're penetrating and kicking it out for the open 3.
Edwards a 32% three-point shooter on the year. Here's Crutchfield. Crutchfield steps into a 3, long there. Battle for the rebound, won by the Pack. Pass to Cunane. Cunane spinning, shot up and off the backboard. Coach Moore wants a foul, no call there. Here's Collier.
I thought Cunane should have dished that back out for the 3-pointer.
And now Collier hits the jumper in the lane. And Clemson with their biggest lead of the night. They're on a 8-0 run here to start this second quarter. And Butler will bring in even more substitutions. Camry Clegg, the new player, one of the new players to come in next. Here's Leslie. Shot up in the lane, no good. Cunane pump faking, takes up strong. And Alyssa Cunane says,
Strong move by Alyssa Cunane. She was determined on that basket. Leslie on the miss. Cunane straight up. She powered that in.
2 times in a row, Cunane was blocked, no foul. This time she took it straight up. Mission accomplished there. She'll go to the line. She's got 7 points here in this first half. And so Kobe Thornton back in. Camry Clegg, the freshman from Westland, Michigan, averaging 2.6 points a ball game for Butler's squad. As Cunane missing the and 1. Pack trail by 3. Clegg driving out of control in the lane, missing the shot. Crutchfield up the floor, and a foul. And we'll see who that's on. And they're going to call that on Aaliyah Collier. It's her first.
That was a good foul in the backcourt because Leslie would have had a layup.
So 20-17 again. They go up the floor. Leslie stops, gets her first bucket of the game. Great recognition there by NC State to get it up the floor.
And that's what you got to do against this helter-skelter type of play, this aggressive full-court pressure. You got to push the ball up the court. You got to pass the ball up the court. Ball always moves faster than the man.
Pierre Leslie helping force the turnover. Try to backdoor cut. Kind of a fade pass. Leslie, this was the NFL, would be called for face guarding. Or maybe not in New Orleans, but NC State sees the pressure.
They got to help her. You can't just stand back.
Cunane at the top of the key with it now. Koenig directing traffic. Shot clock down to 17. They'll spread it out. Here's Leslie, guarded by Collier. They'll back off as they're in the zone. 9 on the shot clock. Here's Koenig, 4 on the shot clock. They get it in the lane to Jones. Jones with 1 on the shot clock. Cannot get it to go. Kunang rebound. Kunang bucket. That's a big bucket for NC State.
Yeah, she's on the offensive boards, and that's what State's going to beat them at if they're going to win this game. On the glass.
Jumper. Good, as that one rattles in.
That's Collier's game. She likes to get in the lane and shoot that little left-handed jumper.
Jones. Koenig. Short. Taylor Jones got the rebound, can't finish. Pump faking. Finishes that one.
NC State is controlling the offensive boards. That's what's keeping them in the game.
NC State already 19 rebounds, 10 offensive boards. Clemson has 10 total rebounds, Ernie. Collier cut off at the baseline. Great defense by Koenig. Here come the Pack, looking to add to their 1-point lead. They get in the corner, now to Crutchfield. Crutchfield, a wraparound pass. Kunane trying to save it, and it will be NC State basketball when we return. Pack getting it done on the boards here in this first half.
Here's Jones with the left-hand scoop.
Midway through the second quarter here in Raleigh. Chris Hooks, Ernie Myers here. NC State having to deal with the injury bug this year.
Yeah.
See 3 very important pieces missing here tonight.
Yeah, I was talking to Coach in practice about that. He said, hey, players have to step up. The injury to Grace Hunter was the biggest injury, and the preseason injury to Kia Elise. Amani Hawkins was a senior, and she's out with an ACL injury. But they just have to keep playing, and other players have to step their game up. They try not to focus on the injuries or to think about them. They miss their teammates.
As Coach Moore looks on, got a 130-52 record here at NC State. He has absolutely done a tremendous job. As it's Jones, Koenig, Rogers, Crutchfield, and Kunane. Koenig driving to the baseline, back out. They work it around the horn. Here's Jones, 3-pointer, short off the front of the rim.
Yeah, I don't think Jones had her feet set on that jump shot.
And there's a nice 2-point jumper by Westbrook. Westbrook with 9. Clemson grabbing the lead back at 24-23. Crutchfield almost lost it right in front of us. Ernie, you still got the handles though, right?
Oh, yeah.
Here's Kunane. Had it stripped on the outside of the lane. Shot clock at 11. She'll let it fly for 3. Count it!
She's not afraid to play in these big games. When in doubt, shoot.
That's her first career 3-pointer, ladies and gentlemen. She was 0 for 1 prior to that. That's a big time to hit a 3-pointer.
She hustled for the rebound. She said, hey, why not? When in doubt, knock it down.
I wish I'd have had an eye on Coach Moore when she took that shot. And they go up the floor to Rogers. Rogers gets into the lane. Kunane battling for the loose change. Collier will come away with it. Here comes Edwards. In transition.
Clemson's always pushing it.
They're going to call a travel or a carry on Edwards there. You talk about short-handed. NC State's only played 7 players to this point. Clemson 10.
Well, in the style that Clemson plays, you need a lot of players because they're constantly coming at you.
Back with a 2-point lead. Shot clock at 15. Here's Koenig driving to the baseline, pulling back with a jumper. Koenig on the board.
When Clemson plays that zone, they need to whip the ball around and get Ace Conan. That was a good short jumper by Ace Conan, but they need to find the creases for the jump shots in the zone.
Edwards gets to the elbow, shoots from the elbow, misses from the elbow, and here comes the red and white. Westbrook reaching in, no foul call. Get a post feed to Cunane, who falls down. No foul call there.
Touch pass by Kai Crutchfield.
And Westmore is livid. Here's Collier's three. Off the iron. Ball don't lie. And now NC State will calmly bring it down the floor. They knew that what they were getting into. Now Westbrook. As Koenig just by herself. And Westbrook falls down. There's Crutchfield. And the travel called on Rogers.
Leslie's back in the game for Kai Crutchfield.
There's Hosendove. Bennett. No good. NC State up 4. Again, another player tightly guarding Koenig. Koenig handling it very well. Here's Leslie. Shot clock at 17. There's Jones. Pulls it back out. Rogers. Rogers will let it fly. Short. Loose ball into the hands of Leslie. Count it!
State again is killing them on the offensive glass.
25 rebounds already for NC State. 11 on the offensive glass, as Ernie just mentioned. Collier, Lane, who does not get the roll. She'll go to the line. And we'll see who the foul is on, but either way, here's the replay.
No, that's when
that's not the replay.
Yeah, she shuffled her feet. That's what they call the walk on her.
Collier, the lefty. No good. Clemson, a 67.6% foul shooting team as a team.
I just hit.
That was Collier's 22nd free throw attempt. Makes one of 2. And you could hear the slap from here.
That was, it looked like a foul to me. But that's how they play. They're very aggressive. They reach.
They're going to make the officials make that call. Now Cunane gets the inbounds pass from Crutchfield, who will set it back up. A Raleigh native. Right side to Koenig. They quickly work it across the court. Here's Koenig, 3, arcing, no good.
That's what they needed to get. She just couldn't knock it down.
Turnover.
There's Leslie on the steal.
Leslie.
I think Leslie, she's going all the way. Way to pull it out. She pulled it out.
40 seconds to go. Edwards guarding Leslie. Leslie back out to Crutchfield. Here's Koenig. Koenig
Crutchfield has to be ready to shoot that shot. There it is right
time.
there.
Off the right side, no good. Hosendove gets the rebound. And shot clock and game clock relatively even. And Pack faithful certainly letting Clemson hear it. 7 to go. Edwards.
She traveled.
Certainly walked with it, no call. And a great defense by NC State shuts the door on it. And a very fast and furious first half comes to an end with the Pack leading by 5. We're at the half here in Raleigh. NC State with a 30-25 lead. Chris Hooks and Ernie Myers here as the Pack certainly withstood the test that Clemson kind of threw at them through the first 20 minutes.
Yeah, Clemson was just after them, on the offense and the defensive end. They were causing turnovers, causing havoc. That's the way they play. Very aggressive. They only down 5 points, so they're still in the game. And State was on the boards, on the offensive boards, putbacks, containing them, keeping them in front of them. And that's the game right now.
And it really seems like some of the unsung heroes for the Pack have really stepped it up.
Oh, yeah. Dee Rogers has brought her A game. She's following the ball up. She's playing defense and causing offensive fouls, and she's just all over the place.
Again, you can see Westbrook has certainly caused a lot of problems. But again, NC State, it seems like they figured it out a little bit, being able to go over the top of the press.
Yeah, but this is what Clemson does right here. They just hands active, very active on the defensive end, and they push the ball. Here's Clemson here again on the break.
That's
a tough lay-in.
6 steals for Clemson, but again, Dee Rogers coming out strong, hitting this three-pointer.
And here she is on the offensive glass.
And again, you talk about the offensive glass, Ernie, 11 offensive boards for the Pack in the first half.
Here's Kone right there. She's just very active on the offensive end. And she said, okay, I can shoot that three. She looked like Larry Bird on that.
That's the shot of the first half, as again, NC State taking a lead into the locker room. Again, Pack not exactly connecting on all cylinders from the outside, but you look at the rebounds, 26 rebounds in the first half. That's just ridiculous.
Yeah, that's why they're one of the best rebounding teams in the country. The turnovers are even, but State is, Leslie's not playing that great. She didn't have a great first half, and Ace Conan, she didn't have a three-pointer yet in the game. So, that's what State has to look forward to in the second half.
Well, Koenig and Leslie combining for 6 points here in the first half. We got more to come here at the half here in Raleigh. NC State leading 30-25, and you're watching the ACC Network Extra. Halftime continues here on the ACC Network Extra. Pack leading Clemson by 5. Chris Hooks and Ernie Myers. As we get you ready for the second half, and Ernie, you look at the scoreboard here tonight. Notre Dame going out of conference, down to Tennessee at the half. Great matchup in Tallahassee. As Louisville leading 32-23. Miami beating Syracuse by 13.
This conference is a tough conference, man. Top to bottom, the best conference in the country for women's basketball.
And it's got to be somewhere close to that, if not. Again, Carolina is trailing right now at the half to Virginia Tech. Virginia and Duke winning their respective contests as well. You talk about respect for this conference. You look at teams just in the RPI in the top 40. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 teams in the top 40. And NC State still has to play 4 of those teams the rest of the way.
Yeah, they got some games coming up, some big games, but every game again in this ACC is a big game. This game tonight is a big game. After this game, they go on the road.
To Georgia Tech, one of those top 40. Wake Forest, then Carolina, Florida State, and we can certainly get into that. But again, Notre Dame is certainly the defending national champ. They're the team to beat, so to speak. As again, the 2 top 5 teams in the country. You got Notre Dame and Louisville at this point of the year. And look at them, just absolutely just putting up the numbers.
Yeah, they're just dominating the teams they play against. Hit 25-point differential this season on wins. Louisville's winning games by 20 points plus. I mean, they're the top elite teams in the country, 2 top elite teams in the country.
And we'll certainly see how NC State stacks up against them through the month of February, as those games are still on the horizon. As we are just about set to get the second half going. We're right back. NC State up by 5. 15 schools all on one network. A new place to call home. The ACC Network coming August 2019. Chris Hooks, Ernie Myers, second half just about set to begin here. Ernie, give us 2 keys for each team as we get set for the final 2 quarters here.
Well, for Clemson, they have to rebound the ball better on the defensive end. The State is getting a lot of offensive rebounds and putbacks. State has to get Leslie and Conan in the game if they want to continue to, lead in this game and win this ball game.
Again, Coach Moore talking to his young ladies. I'm sure the talk in the locker room was, hey, we took their best punch in the first half. Our best two players didn't really contribute as far as how many points. You got to be happy if you're NC State a little bit. If you're Clemson too, you had opportunities to get blown out of this one, so it's anybody's ball game at this point.
Oh, it's anybody's ball game, and Coach Moore is not happy at all. He's never happy.
That may be true.
And until the final buzzer is done, and he has a victory. And for Clemson, I know their coach is not happy. They feel like if they rebounded the ball better and made some better shots, they'd probably be leading in this game.
Clemson with a total of 13 rebounds in the first half. They had 9 turnovers, each team did, as Amanda Butler, the first-year head coach, at least at Clemson, very veteran. As, again, the high-pressure system. And Clemson puts on Simone Westbrook.
That's what Kai Crutchfield has to do. She has to attack when she's being pressured.
And that pull-up jumper.
She didn't make that shot, but that's what she has to do.
Here's Collier, left-handed jumper, swish. And so Aaliyah Collier gets on the board to start the second half.
She has a smooth stroke, Collier, left-handed shot.
Here's Crutchfield, guarded heavily by Westbrook. And Coach Butler wanted a foul called on the screen set. There's Koenig, step back. Edwards on her. There's a nice screen set there by Cassell. Here's Koenig, jumper, short, rebounded by Cassell. Back out. New shot clock, Crutchfield. She'll penetrate the zone. Dee Rogers settles it back out. Koenig looking for the offense here. There's a post feed down to Cassell. And they baited her into that one. Here comes Clemson. Left side. Collier, pull-up jumper. And that missed the works there. And she's going to hear it. And Edwards and Westbrook.
That's what you have to do. You have to pass the ball up.
There's Cassell missing the short jumper in the free throw lane as Westbrook steps out of bounds and a turnover by Clemson. And those are buckets you got to hit if you're Cassell.
Yeah, if you got that shot right in there, you got to turn face and knock that down.
Now Crutchfield getting past the time stripe. 8:23 to go here in this first portion of the third quarter. There's Crutchfield open against the zone here. They get it to the elbow. There's Leslie, high arcing three, a little short, tipped around in the hands of Thornton. Kobe Thornton to the lane, pull-up jumper. All 6'4" of her, 6'2" rather, drills the jumper. That's her first points.
Beautiful pull-up jumper.
That's a young lady that averages 16 points a game, Ernie. That's her first points of the night, too.
She looks so smooth doing that.
Crutchfield off the foot of Danielle Edwards. And here comes Destiny Thomas back in. It's almost like hockey. They substitute so much, it's almost like they have shifts. There's Leslie, entry pass to Crutchfield. Three-corner, rattles out no good. And here comes Edwards in transition. Edwards. Ernie?
Yeah, that was a nice. I don't know if that was a Euro step or a hop, skip, and a jump. And they call the palm.
And they called a carry on Crutchfield on the other end. Oh, man.
Here we go on the cross. Nice left-hand layup, but it looked like a walk to me. But
so Clemson with the lead now, thanks to that shot last time down. Thornton, pull-up jumper. Short off the front. Bennett got the rebound. Here's Thornton. Collier into the lane. And a travel call there. We're going the other way. Here comes Kayla Jones back in. And here's the replay there. Collier.
Here's Collier. On the offense. She stepped in and took that charge.
So Crutchfield will take a seat. And that pressure mounting here. Up the floor they go to Rogers. Rogers driving to the baseline. Good pass to Cassell. Cassell with a layup.
Nice setup there. The good interior passing by the bigs for the Wolfpack.
There's Thornton. Wilson. Back and forth we go. Entry pass got away from Thornton. And that'll be out of bounds. Another turnover for the Tigers.
State, somebody's got to help. They were walking up the court. They lost eye contact with the
Koenig.
inbounds play.
Koenig drive with the left hand, spinning around, back to the middle to Cassell. Cassell's given a free lane. Turnaround jumper off the glass, finds its way in. Cassell with a.
Erica Cassell with the drop step. Pivot move for the basket.
E.G. Rogers cutting her off, and another travel called on Collier. 13 turnovers by the Tigers here tonight. The Pack usually force about 12, 13 a game anyway.
Somebody got to get back so Ace Conan can inbounds the ball. This is the second time that happened in the last two plays.
So Leslie will carry it between the rings. Leslie's like, I'm not the one that's supposed to take this up. There's Rogers. Rogers, fade pass to the right side.
They're making Ace Conan work so hard that she can't even find her shot.
Cassell missing the layup, stripped underneath, and Pack will maintain possession. Koenig with 3 assists here tonight. She's taken just 5 shots, Ernie.
Yeah, they're hounding her, and she's not even really looking for her offense. She's more trying to set players up on the half-court offense.
So
all that pressure, bringing the ball up to wear you down.
They're going to work it around against the zone. Koenig's open this time. Thought about the shot. They'll get it into Cassell. Cassell strips. She falls. No foul. Here comes Edwards. And the Tigers bring it in transition. Edwards had her ball stripped, and a foul called that time on Danielle Edwards. That's her first. And the Bronx cheer.
Danielle, she just penetrated too far down into the lane. Didn't know what she was going to do with that one and got caught up.
And Koenig goes around the double screen, pulls the trigger, short. That goes off the right side. Pack will maintain possession. Koenig trying to extend the nation's longest streak of consecutive games with at least one three-pointer. It's at 51.
Yeah, they're making it very hard for her to get open, and she's working very hard trying to handle the pressure from the Clemson Tigers.
They have a 3-point lead. Rogers now to Jones. Jones will let it fly. Good!
Jones can hit that shot. If you leave her open, she can bury that.
6-point lead for the Pack. Kayla Jones hits her 10th three-pointer of the year. Turnover, loose ball on the floor. Kayla Jones gives it to Leslie. Leslie's foul. They could certainly call an intentional.
Yeah, that should be an intentional foul.
And they're going to call Hosendove on that one, and that'll send us to the media timeout. The Pack battling back to a 6-point lead, 4:53 to go.
Here's Jones. She gets on the floor. Great hustle play by Jones. And Clemson fouls on the break.
Pack up by 6. Ernie, Erica Cassell's been a big key for the Pack here in the second half.
Yeah, she's getting the ball inside. She's working her magic right there. A nice drop step turning hook shot there.
And Erica Cassell with 8 points, 4 here in the second half. And it just seems like one of those situations where Clemson's kind of saying, you know what, we're going to let them beat us. We don't want Koenig or Leslie to do it.
Yeah, they want somebody else to win the game. Got people who are not used to winning the game or for the Wolfpack. But they're stepping their game up and contributing.
6 players for the Pack have scored here in this one. As we're back to action, wide open layup. Kiera Leslie now with 6 points. It's drawn up pretty well out of the timeout.
Yeah, that was a great play drawn up by Coach Moore.
Dove cut off by Koenig in the lane. They get it down to the baseline. Cassell has a turnaround jump shot by Kobe Thornton. Falls in. She's got 4 in this quarter. Pack lead was at 8.
Kobe Thornton is playing a great game.
Westbrook back in the contest. One of the top stealers. 59 on the year coming into the ball game. Leslie steals it back. And they get a new shot clock, and Coach Moore imploring Cassell to be stronger with the basketball. Leslie thought about the shot. Now Westbrook gets a hand in. Shot clock at 16. Kayla Jones, high arcing 3. It's short on that one, and it goes off the backside. And Westbrook in transition up to Hosendove. Hosendove stops on the right side. Thought about the pull up. Lob pass to Thornton. Thornton will make the layup as Thornton now is 6 here in this quarter. She's 6 in the ACC in scoring entering this ball game. She's been quiet for the most part. She's starting to wake up.
Yeah, she's starting to heat up.
Pack lead it by 4. Under 4 to go here in this third quarter. Leslie, just 6 points here on the night. See if she can get something going offensively here as well. Leave her open for 3. And she'll miss that one as the Pack have just hit 2. They're 2 for 16.
The Pack on those offensive boards again.
That's the 15th offensive rebound for NC State here tonight. Here's Koenig. Back to the top. Rogers had it almost taken away from her. 3 minutes to go. 15 on the shot clock. Koenig against this zone. Can't get it open enough. Good pass. Cassell, left hand, good. Cassell's approaching her career high in which she got 15 against Virginia a couple of weeks ago.
That was a good interior pass by Leslie to Cassell.
And a turnover. Here comes the Wolfpack with a chance to add to the 6-point lead. 2:30 to go. Kayla Jones gets it into Cassell. Cassell thought about it. They get it down to Rogers. Rogers power dribble inside. Got it to go. 9 points for Rogers. Timeout. Clemson. ACC Network Extra. We got a good one here tonight.
Here's Dee Rogers powering that one up.
Coming down the stretch here in the third quarter, NC State up by 8. Chris Hooks, Ernie Myers. And you talk about that Clemson defense. You look at the amount of turnovers they've caused the last few games. I'd say NC State's doing pretty well at this point.
Yeah, they only caused 12 turnovers here tonight at NC State, so they're doing a good job holding on to the ball for dear life. That's what it looks like.
Clemson, on the other hand, has turned it over 16 times. So it'll be Clemson basketball. Again, Edwards, Thornton, Collier, Bennett, and Thomas for the Tigers. Leslie, Koenig, Jones, Cunane, and Rogers for the Wolfpack. Missed shot. Now the Pack looking to get into the double-figure category here. Leslie had an open Koenig on the right wing. They'll get it back to her on the top of the key. Post feed down low to Cunane. Cunane absolutely hammered. No foul call there.
Yeah, she had all ball on that one, it looked like. To me.
Had a lot of ball and a lot of arm. There's Collier, left-handed jumper, rims its way in.
Collier's got a left-handed smooth jump shot.
And Coach Moore just pleading his case, and now Koenig having trouble, and they're going to get a 10-second violation. And then Koenig dribbled right where they wanted it to, and here's the play. That is absolutely a foul.
Yeah.
Even in Wake County.
Yeah, she got on the arm a little bit there.
But you know what, though? Give Clemson credit. They're forcing the calls to be made. Here's Collier. Missing on that jumper as it rims out. Now, they'll push it. Collier nearly picked it off. Here's Leslie. Three-pointer, good.
Leslie lined that up and just knocked it down.
Leslie with 9 points for the Wolfpack. Pass intercepted. Here's Leslie. Leslie not challenged at all. Layup good. 11 points for Kiera Leslie. And this place is absolutely rocking.
Leslie said, hey, I can play defense too.
11-point lead for the Pack. Collier whips a pass left side. Jumper, no good. Rebounded by Jones. 17 seconds to go in the corner. The quarter, and Koenig will push it right side. Now, Moore setting up the chess pieces. Cunane has it stripped. It goes into Collier. Collier with 3 seconds to go. And that one will fall in as the buzzer will sound. And the Pack missed an opportunity to really put the foot on the throat of the Tigers here.
There's Leslie on a spot up three. Bang.
We're through
Here
three.
she is on the steal. She's going all the way. Kiera Leslie.
If this score holds up, NC State will go for win number 20 on the year this Sunday as they hit the road down to Atlanta to take on the Yellow Jackets. That'll be another tough test. As you saw, they have an RPI of 32. Coach Moore can get 2 more wins. It'll be his 25th 20-win season.
He's a great coach.
Fourth quarter action just about set to begin here. Chris Hooks and Ernie Myers. 9-point lead may be comfortable to some, but
I don't think no lead. The way Clemson plays, no lead is safe in this game. The way they get after it.
Clemson trailed much of the ball game against Pitt and came back to win that one. As Kobe Thornton will inbound it right in front of us. It's Thornton, Westbrook, Edwards, and she gets the handoff. Back to Westbrook. Westbrook, nice post entry. Thornton backing down, turnaround jumper, no good. A little long, the iron unkind there. Here's Koenig, showing her dribbling skills here tonight.
She's being hounded.
And that's putting it mildly. They get it down to Cunane. Cunane shot up, she's fouled. And Tyler Bennett records her first foul of the night.
Elisa, when she gets the ball down low, she's always in attack mode. She knows what to do when she gets the ball down low.
And Cunane getting to start the quarter. 11 points on the night. First one up. That one not good. That was just the 5th free throw that NC State's taken tonight. Clemson's taken 2.
Wow.
That second free throw rebounded, jump ball, and that'll belong to NC State. Giving Clemson a taste of their own medicine here.
And Clemson on the season usually makes more free throws than their opponents even take.
And here's Jones kicking it up top. Koenig, left side. Rogers really had to take it away. Shot clock to 20. Koenig trying to keep that streak alive. She's yet to hit a three-pointer here tonight. 10 on the shot clock. Leslie's, they try to work the zone. Jones, back to Leslie. 3 on the way. That one's no good. Thomas with the rebound.
Thomas is pushing it.
Thomas.
And that's what they do. They push it. They want to get the ball up quickly.
You can imagine their practices are very high-paced. There's a 3 in the far corner, and they're going to call a foul on Kayla Jones as she ran into her.
Coach Moore is losing his mind, like, why do we foul in a three-point shooter after the shot has gone up?
And they're saying it's after the shot, so it will not be 3 free throws. NC State at this point of the night earning 36 rebounds. They've got a ways to go. They had 51 rebounds against Davidson earlier this year, so they may get to that.
Yeah, the way they're crashing the offensive boards and defensive boards, that's what makes State one of the best defensive rebounding teams in the country.
So it will be Clemson basketball as the PA announcer announced. Don Bullens announced the foul was after the shot. So it's just simply a loose ball foul. Shot up by Thornton, no good. Now Leslie's going to get a taste of Westbrook here, and Leslie goes right by her very calmly. And Koenig will get the basketball back. 8:18 to go. It's almost like a man zone extended. Looks like Edwards is kind of the rover in that whole system. Shot clock down to 7. Rogers driving baseline with 4, and she's fouled on her way up, trying to reverse. And I think that's going to be on Tyler Bennett. That's her second.
That was a great move, scoop move. She forced the foul on that. When in doubt, take it to the basket hard. And that's exactly what she's been doing all game.
Rogers hitting the free throw. Rogers in double figures. If I would have told you before this game, Ernie, there would be a number of players in double figures, and Leslie would take a while to do it, you would think NC State would be in trouble. Instead, they have an 11-point lead as Rogers has 11 points.
She's had a great game on the offensive and defensive boards.
Fans want a travel call there as Collier, the lefty, with it. Shot clock at 10. Collier driving, missing. D.D. Rogers, guess who? Rogers tying her career high, which she had against Charlotte 3 years ago. They get it to Cunane. Cunane, left-handed shot, no good. Tough break there, had a good look. Back with 11-point lead. And that Foes feed, intercepted almost.
Tough shot.
Into Westbrook. Westbrook gets the bucket and the foul. As you want to talk about bad luck there.
Yeah. She just threw it up in the air, and it hit nothing but net. It barely hit the net and went in.
So Westbrook now with 11 points. Make that 12. How about Aaliyah Collier? As the travel's called on NC State, Collier with a double-double here tonight for the Tigers.
This press has given the Wolfpack a lot of trouble during this game, and some of the turnovers are really unforced turnovers. I mean, the press is not even that aggressive, and they're turning the ball over.
Collier with her first double-double this year. 9 in her career here as the new player in, Camry Clegg, the freshman from Westland, Michigan. Here's Collier, back to Clegg. Clegg will pull the trigger, not even close. Crutchfield cannot grab the loose ball. Collier pulling up. Good defense by Koenig as she got a hand in.
Craig wasn't even trying to get warmed up. She just got in the game.
And Coach Butler furious at the no call there. That was about as clean as a block as we've seen on it. Here's Koenig driving baseline, kicking it out to Leslie. Now to Rogers. Rogers pump fakes.
There it
now
is.
Here's Koenig. 3 on the way. No good. Tough break there. And that'll be out of bounds. It'll belong to NC State.
She hasn't been that wide open all game.
And the Pack struggling, to say the least, from the outside. 3 for 20.
And that's what that pressure does to it. Wears you down. So those jump shots that you would normally hit, your legs are tired. You're not getting the lift on your jumper that you normally get because the pressure.
Koenig firing. No good. Koenig is 0 for 6 tonight from three-point range. Her 51 consecutive games in which she's hit a three-pointer is in danger of being extended to 52. Here's China Cotton pulling up from 14. Battle for the rebound won by Clemson as Kobe Thornton grabs a loose change. We're down to 6 minutes here in Raleigh. Pack with an 8-point lead. Westbrook penetrating. Westbrook off the glass. No good. Thornton rebound foul. We'll see who they call that on. I'm thinking Cunane or Rogers. They're going to call that on Rogers.
Dee Rogers, they call that on. Got her on the wrist.
That's the 3rd foul on Dee. There's only been 6 fouls called tonight on NC State, or at least on the players that. No, that's correct. Only 6 fouls called tonight on NC State, 9 on Clemson as Kobe Thornton misses the free throw.
Well, State fouls the least in the country on the defensive end. They don't foul a lot normally in a game.
Now missed free throw. Westbrook gets the loose rebound. Westbrook. Get it down. Kobe's trying to get the pass in the post as Rogers is guarding her. Rogers is allowing her to front her. And they run her no good by Collier. Collier droops her shoulders a little bit in frustration. And we may see some subs here with 5:29 to go. Here's Koenig with a nice job. And Westbrook all over her. 16 on the shot clock. Koenig, pull-up jumper. That one's short. Not the shot I'm sure Coach Moore wanted. As Koenig 1 for 8 tonight. Make that 1 for 9.
Yeah, they forced her into that jump shot.
As a shot of the foul. China Cotton gets herself on the board here. And it's 50 to
It's Cotton.
42.
Sweet jump shot for Cotton.
Cotton averaging about 3 points a game.
Cotton hit nothing but nylon on that shot.
There's Hosendove in as Thornton will take a breather here. Cotton hitting the free throw, so she gets the 3-point play. And she'll take a seat as Danielle Edwards will come back in for her. Clemson on a 6-0 run over the past 2 minutes. NC State has not scored in the last 3. There's Crutchfield. And again, as an errant pass, turnover by the Pack. Hosendove gets the interception. Edwards back to retrieve the basketball.
It's a 5-point game. Clemson's in this game.
Backdoor cut to Westbrook. Layup good. Westbrook with 14 points, and Coach Moore calling a timeout. That'll send us to the media timeout here in Raleigh. We're coming down the stretch. Clemson fighting tooth and nail with NC State. Down the stretch we come here in Raleigh. NC State leading by 3. Chris Hooks and Ernie Myers. Ernie, 8-0 run by the Tigers over the last 2.5.
Yeah, the pressure is building. I mean, They create turnovers off their defense, and they're converting. State's having a hard time getting the ball up the court.
17 turnovers by the Pack here tonight. A lot of times if they would just relax a little bit, and they're playing right into Clemson's traps.
Yeah, they're not keeping their head up. Like I said, the way you beat a press is you pass the ball up the court, not dribbling.
Now Leslie will beat it by the dribble. And I think they were okay with that. And then another errant pass. Outlet up the floor to Westbrook. Westbrook. Looks like she might have tweaked her ankle a little bit. She's got 16. It's a 1-point ball game, 4:22 to go.
Yeah, she jump stopped and laid that in. Here's another steal.
Edwards with the steal, as Ernie just mentioned. Edwards passing it to a wide open Westbrook. Westbrook with 18. The Tigers have battled back. Westbrook with another steal. Westbrook to Edwards as they slow it up. 10-0 run, make that a 12-0 run by the Tigers.
State is losing composure in this game at the end.
Here's Westbrook, thought about the three-pointer. Shot clock at 15. We're down to 4 minutes in this one. Westbrook gets into the lane, throws up a wild shot. Bennett cannot corral the rebound, and the ball belonged to NC State as it goes out of bounds off the Tigers.
I thought from the outset this would be a tough game for the Wolfpack just by the way the Clemson Tigers, pressure the ball. State hasn't come up against a team this season that presses like the Clemson Tigers do.
Get it? They go through the teeth of the press there. And let's see who's going to step up here for the red and white. 3:25 to go. 51-50 the tally. Koenig open for three. That one's no good. Tough break again. Just cannot find the range. She's 0 for 7 here tonight.
She's working so hard to bring the ball up. She's not getting lift on her jump shot. She's tired.
This is where you got to dig deep and find that will to win. Here's Edwards, blocked from behind. Cassell says, get that out of here.
Great block. Here's the block by Cassell.
Here's Westbrook to inbound. Westbrook into Bennett. Bennett now to Collier. Collier high arcing three. No good. Here's Leslie.
There she comes.
Stripped from behind by Westbrook.
That's the cardinal sin.
13.
When you're bringing the ball up the court, when you beat the player's coming from behind you.
14 steals by the Tigers here tonight. That's why they're fourth in the country in that category. The jumper tipped around. Bennett with the rebound and a new shot clock for the Tigers. 2:23 to go. Coach Moore imploring his young ladies to find it within them to get the stops. Crowd certainly helping out too. Collier with 14 on the shot clock. Gets to the elbow. Fade away. That one wild as well. Leslie stronger with the basketball this time. She'll bring it up the floor as we reach 2 minutes to go. Here's Leslie. Now to Jones. Koenig. And Coach Moore slows it up to call the offense. Big possession here for NC State. Rogers to Cassell. Backdoor cut. Koenig layup. Good.
Cassell made that play from the jump. She called for the ball and made the play for the layup to Ace Koenig.
52-51. This place is on its edge. 1:30 to go. Collier on the right side. She's going to get a screen. They're going to hedge on it. And a timeout called by Amanda Butler with 10 on the shot clock, 1:22 to go. And here's the big play by Koenig. We said it'd be a good one, Ernie.
Yeah, I thought it would be a good game. I thought that the pressure that Clemson applies in this game would have an effect on them bringing the ball up the court. And State has just had a lot of unforced turnovers down the stretch.
21 turnovers by NC State. When we started this quarter, they had 12. 9 turnovers has been how they've been able to come back 12-2 run. 6 turnovers by the Pack over the last 6.5 minutes.
And a lot of that's been caused by Westbrook. Westbrook has been hounded.
Westbrook on the night, 18 points, 5 steals, 9 on the shot clock. Biggest play of the game right here. Edwards, shot up, no good, tipped around to the Pack, come away with it. Big defensive stop. Here comes Koenig, she'll push it. And timeout called by Wes Moore.
Good timeout by Coach Moore.
The chess game continues. 1:05 to go. The Pack will have it, 20 on the shot clock. Who do you dial up here? You're Coach Moore. Where do you go? You got Leslie, you got Koenig.
You go inside. I think you go inside, withdraw the play, get it into Cassell, and let her do her magic. She's been playing well this whole game. Let her make the play.
Pack with a 1-point lead. Clemson could foul at this point. I don't think they're going to. State is not in the bonus yet. Coach Moore dialed up a tremendous play last time around where Koenig got the layup. We'll see what he has here. 1:05 to go. Here we go. Buckle up. And off to Koenig on the inbound. Koenig, 17 on the shot clock. They are switching everywhere she goes. Bounce pass in the lane. Cassell nearly travels. Rogers with 9 on the shot clock. 7 on the shot clock. 5 on the shot clock. Leslie. And a block called with 2 on the shot clock. And they will not count the bucket, but either way, 2 on the shot clock, and it'll reset with 48.1 seconds to go.
See where State has to start their offense from? That's how aggressive the defense from the Clemson Tigers is. They had their offense started almost at half court.
So the new shot clock. Back door they go to Leslie. Leslie shot up and good! What a play! The Pack by 3, 45 seconds to go. Edwards driving baseline. Edwards loses it. And it'll be Clemson basketball. And a timeout called by Coach Butler.
Here's a nice play. Leslie on the bucket.
You could not have drawn that up any better. 39.4 seconds left, and the Pack.
That's just great coaching.
You think that play was kind of taking advantage of what Clemson does in a way?
Yeah, overplaying them. That's what they've been doing. They've been overplaying the Wolfpack in the half-court set. Leslie went back door. Conan threw her the pass. She was wide open.
And it was kind of like
Conan looked her off. She was wide open.
A big bucket there. Again, Leslie with that basket. Now with 13 points. Despite the struggles from three-point line from her, she's still 6 of 15 from the field. But Dee Rogers tying a career high with 11 points, 15 boards.
She had a 20-rebound game this season as well.
That was up on the road at Georgetown. I've been so impressed with this crowd here tonight as well.
Yeah, it reminds me of the old Reynolds Coliseum. It's been really loud in here.
Clemson trying to tie it up here. Collier. Westbrook, high three, not even close. Ball's tipped around, the Pack come away with it, and a foul called on Danielle Edwards. I don't think it's to the point where they're going to be shooting it. That's just a 15 foul, according to my numbers. And a timeout's going to be called by head coach Wes Moore. And that's the second foul on Danielle Edwards, just 5 team fouls. 30-second timeout called. If you're Coach Moore right here, this is the point in time where there's still plenty of time left. Clemson can get the ball back.
Oh, yeah, they can get the ball back and hit a three or steal the ball. I mean, is this a shooting foul?
It is not.
So they take the ball out, they inbound the ball.
Guarantee you one thing, he's talking about ball security, being
Hold
strong
on
with
to
it.
the basketball.
Because you know Simone Westbrook and company are going to be slapping at it. And if you're Amanda Butler, you got to get a turnover here.
You have to get a turnover here.
So Leslie will inbound it. Now they get a give and go to Leslie. Jones smartly holds it at. Now
they got a foul.
They're going to foul Koenig, not the one you want to foul if you're Clemson at this point.
Edwards' third personal, fifth team foul. Ace Koenig going to the line, shooting the
Ace Koenig doesn't get to the line much.
This is just her 5th free throw attempt of the year.
Because she's always shooting three-pointers. Shooting outside shots. She doesn't get fouled much.
And she misses the first one. That one rattles out no good. She's 2 of 11 from the field, 0 for 7 from three-point range here tonight. Misses that one, but Dee Dee Rogers nearly has the rebound. And a jump ball is going to be called. It'll be in favor of Clemson. Simone Westbrook wanted a timeout. And now she's going to call a timeout with 21.3 seconds to go.
Ace Koenig couldn't ice the game with 2 free throws and had a 5-point lead.
Right now, it's one of those situations where your coach Butler trying to get the three-pointer for NC State. What do they need to do?
Well, they need to draw up a play. They don't have to go for a three-point shot. They can go in and get a quick lay-in, play defense, and get the ball back, try to score again. If they can get a quick score here, get a steal, they can win the game. They can be right back in the game and win this game.
Camry Clegg is in the ball game for Clemson. Freshman. Pack faithful are on their feet. Edwards to Thornton. Thornton will drive. Thornton, good straight up defense by Jones, and she gets the rebound and the stop. They're going to hound her. That's the 6th team foul.
They went for the quick 2.
Again, Kayla Jones, very solid defense. Just put her hands straight up.
Textbook. Hands up. And got the rebound.
So Jones can help put this away. She's got 5 points on the night. Misses the first. So Clemson with a ray of hope here.
She has to bend her knees on this free throw.
Jones can help put it away. That one rims out no good. Here we go. Up the floor. 8 seconds to go. Edwards. Edwards to Westbrook with 4 seconds left. Throws it up. Not even close. And it goes out of bounds with 1.7 seconds left. And NC State is going to see Westmore calling a timeout so he can advance the ball to half court. They're going to stretch it out to a full timeout. And NC
Good
State
timeout.
Again, here's a look at the last shot by Clemson. I don't think that was Westbrook's best look.
No, but she's been making shots, so yeah. She was off balance on that one. Good perimeter defense by State on that play.
NC State again moved it to half court. Clemson, despite being able to come back, has gone 0 for their last 10 from the field. And it hasn't been because they've had good looks. They have not had good looks over the last few minutes.
No, they haven't. You know, State's been, Wolfpack has been all in their face, as they say.
51-50 with 4:21 to go. That's where we stood. NC State hadn't been lighting it up either. 1.7 seconds left. The Pack trying to make it 19-0. They get the pass in, and that'll do it. NC State on the 10-year anniversary of K-Yow's passing makes it 19-0. What a way to honor K-Yow as they eke out and tough out a victory over Clemson.
Hey, when you're a good team against Virginia Tech, they went into overtime. This is a tough league. The Clemson Tigers played a tough game. They came in here trying to win this game, and they almost did.
They certainly put up a good fight. Great job, Ernie, as always. That'll do it for tonight. For color analyst Ernie Myers, I'm Chris Hooks saying so long from Raleigh. NC State wins it tonight, 54-51. You can watch the entire game on replay, as well as any other contest on our family of ESPN networks. Log on to watchespn.com or download the Watch ESPN app. This has been a presentation of ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports. Good night, everybody.